those limits that I have for myself. And I feel like a lot of people will put a lot of limitations on you. They'll try to put you in a box. They'll use anything they'll try to put you in a box. They'll use your race, they'll use your age, they'll use your experience that you've been through. They'll use, your name, the people you're around, the clothes you wear, the attitude that you have, and how you see yourself. Those are things that other people may try to put their limitations on you or what they can do. A lot of times people will put the limitations on you of you can't do it because they can't. They don't see themselves being able to do it, and um, they don't see you being able to do it because they can't. So you got to watch out for people that are doing that. For me, God is a blessing to me. God has been He's been so much of a blessing to me, that I'm okay with the limits that He puts on me. Because He tells me, you can move a mountain if you have faith. If you have faith and no doubt, you can move a mountain. And that's telling me I'm able to do anything. I believe it's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So there's nothing that I'm not able to do. I'm okay with whatever limits God puts on me. But a man's limits, I basically am pushing to exceed that. Any man limits that I have that they try to put upon me, I try to push past that. I don't see myself. I don't want to be a victim of their expectations of me. I want to be a victim of my expectations. And right now, I don't have any upon myself. I can exceed anything that a man tells me that I cannot do, no matter what I've done before, no matter where I came from, no matter who it is that I've been around. I believe that the things that I've done to people, it doesn't matter. I feel like I will be able to exceed the expectations, especially in a good way. I didn't see myself being able to have a wife, have a home of my own, get a career or, a good enough job to be able to afford everything. Being able to be a good guy, being able to be a good guy, have all my life together, being fit. I was going to be out of shape forever. Just things that I used to put myself in a boat and be like, yeah, I can't do. I don't feel like I could do it, but I felt like it started with somebody telling me, hey, when it comes to financials and home, you can make more. And from there, I started to believe that. I was like, okay, I can be fit. And from there, hey, I can solve the problems within myself to fix myself to become the guy that's going to be a great husband. Oh, okay, now I can fix myself to become the guy that is a great father. I can look inside of myself to become the great leader of, a community that I'm going to put my family in. No matter where it is. I could be in the heart of the most violent place in America, and I feel like I could be able to be a good leader in that type of community just because I have no limits to myself of what I can actually do. And if my partner believes that I don't have any limits either, that's going to help me even more, because once they believe that I can do anything and I believe that they can do anything, and we put our minds together to push past our limits, that basically sets us up for success. I was watching, I want to be able to do things quickly. I was watching an episode of my favorite anime, and I watched it like seven, 8 times in a row, and it was just a little snippet. It was like 2-3 minutes of it, And basically what happened was this guy was able to do things that some of the gods weren't able to do. And if they were able to do, it took them a long time, over lifetimes, to be able to master something this guy has been able to master in less than like 40 minutes. You know, he was able to get to a level that it took hundreds of years probably for other people to be able to do it. And he did it in so short of a time that even the gods had to stand up for him, just in respect of how fast he was able to do it. You know, that because they probably put a limit. Oh, you know, he's not going to do it. Oh no, he's not going to get, you know what I'm saying, to the level of being able to, win this fight. But he was able to, and it was so much of it was so much of a exceeding his level that even his enemy had to stand up. Even his enemy had to respect him. You know, there was another guy on there, and you know, he exceeded his expectations, and even when he lost his energy and he was still able to fight, he made the enemy respect who he was. You know, just because he pushed past the limit of what that guy thought he was going to be. You know, and I want to get to that point too, to where, you know, even my enemies got to stand up and respect what I've done. You know, not just my friends, not just the people that doubt who I am, but the people that don't want me to get to where I am because they can't, or they just don't want me to. I want to get there because that will make them stand up, and I want to get there so fast that it makes everybody stand up and say, I respect what he's done. I can only do it through God's grace, but I definitely pray that, you know, it's something that I'll be able to accomplish. Just because it made me emotional to watch that happen. But, yeah, the one thing that I feel like people don't want to do, the one thing you don't want to do is limit yourself. The one thing you really don't want to do is limit yourself. Put a limit on yourself that stops you from being able to get to where you want to be. You know, consistency is the key to success, but also you got to be able to exceed your limits of what you see. You know, if you don't believe that you can get way past what you can, you'll stay stuck in that level. And I said that I said that on Facebook. Like, you gotta be careful of where you put yourself as far as limits, because you want to be happy where you are. Because if you are and you stay there, the only place to go is down. So once you breach your limit, you can stay there or you can go down. But for other people that have a limit, they get surprised when they exceed it. They're like, man, I'm working to get more powerful. You know, watching the episode of Dragon Ball Super, I'm sorry. Every Saiyan on there, on the last arc, exceeded everyone's expectations of how powerful they were supposed to be. Like, everybody thought they were supposed to be right there, but every one of them, there was not one Saiyan that was not more powerful than they came into the arc being. And it was an incredible feeling. I wish it wouldn't have ended. I don't own no rights to any show that I said on here, just to make it correctly. I just, you know, they're great examples of shows, and they actually motivated me to not limit myself. And on the end of it, it said that Saiyans are limitless, you know, when it came to getting better. And that's where I want to be at. I want to be able to get better no matter what. I want to see myself hit a limit and then say, I'm going to get farther than that. I'm going to do more to get farther than that. That's what I want to be able to do. So the one thing I got to do is not limit myself to where I want to stay at. I want to get past that. I want to work past that. I want to work to get past that. And the one thing that you don't want to do is limit your partner. You don't want to limit them into a box, because the one thing is that once they get to a limit where you cannot respect them anymore, you're not going to want to be with them. You know, I understand that people may put themselves in a box, put themselves in a, they may do things that'll make you want to put them in a box. If they're cheating or abusing or anything else, yeah, I mean, I understand those. And, I feel like if it's, you know, if it's not healthy, yes, I'm saying, there's something to go. But putting your partner in a box of where they can't get better, they can't, saying they can't get a job, or they're worthless, or they can't do anything right. You know, sometimes they just need shown right. I said it in I said it in the episode before. Some people just don't know how to do things. They really don't know how to do things, and the only thing they had to go off of is what way they thought that they should be able to go. And sometimes that worked out the first couple of times, so they say, I'm going to keep this way of handling things. I mean, if a guy isn't a boxer, but he knocks a guy out, the next time that he goes into a fight, he's going to use that same type of way to fight. He's not going to say, well, that, the boxer over here said I should swing like this or this and that. That didn't work for me the last time. The last time, the thing that worked for me was that one swing, that right hook, that one uppercut. I should use that. Even though it was a wild swing, it wasn't the technique, I should use that. Sometimes the thing that works for a person isn't the thing that should work for a person. But sometimes that's what happens. And also, don't limit anybody that's around you. You want to, iron sharpens iron. And I'll keep using that for a long time. So if you want people to be great around you, you got to show them how to be great. You want to be around people that are great. Sometimes you have skills that other people don't have, and they're able to see those things. They're able to see those things with you being around. You may be able to share information upon making each other better. But, you got to be around people that want that same type of mindset. If they don't have that same type of mindset, see if you can teach them why it's not good to think the way that they're thinking before you end up throwing them in the trash or putting them in a box of toxic, because a lot of people aren't that. They're just misguided. So definitely see what you can do for other people. Definitely think that they have no limitations on how great they can be also, because sometimes they may exceed you in what you're doing. Don't hold them back because you don't want them to be better than you. Let them be great. If you see somebody with a better chance than you to be able to do something, push them towards it. Let them know. It's not good. Me, I'm not a hater. If I see somebody being able to be great in the place that I'm in, hey man, let me show you how to do it. But, for me to hate because of the fact that they have a better chance than me, that wouldn't be right of me. They may be able to bring me on to do something that I'm great in, but I don't know because I'm trying to hold them back. But that's just me. I'm just rambling on, and I don't want to do too much of that and getting people bored. But I definitely want to thank everybody for coming out to the show. Definitely listening to the show. Definitely hit the follow button. If you like the episode, definitely hit the follow, hit the like, download. If you think that I'm wrong, definitely hit me up and let me know. If you think that I'm right, definitely show some love in some type of way, especially leaving a comment on the show and telling me what you think. With everyone else, keep listening in, and definitely holler at me, because I'm going to holler at y'all.